Muhammad in his deathbed, he said to his followers, bring me papers to our write for you a book which you will not go misguided after me.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's a bit confusing because apparently Muhammad couldn't read and write, is it?
I don't
So how
believe in
can
that.
we
I don't believe
copy?
in that. This is the story about he cannot read and write. I believe this is a joke. This is not true. And in front of us, Muhammad, he have no idea what's happening. He have to find an answer, and what he do, he is copying from the Christians. If the Christians, if you keep saying to the people that the Christians are the worst creature, the Christians, they lost the covenant with God, the Christians, etc., blah blah blah, and then we find that everything Muhammad he have, which is not in the Quran, he got it and he copied from the Christian books.
And Abu Bakr was the one that narrated that.
Well, this is narrated by Ibn Abbas, and this is Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 5917. As you see, I'm showing the reference in the screen.
The Prophet copied. I think my problem is the copy, because it's like,
Copy paste.
to my knowledge, he couldn't read and write.
No, he can. He can.
So-
This is a lie.
Is there, have you got a proof that he could read and write?
Sure, this is very easy. This is very easy. The Quran is proving that to us. You see, did you ask yourself why the Quran called the Christian and the Jews people of the book? Because simply we have a book.
Yeah,
And
because they were the ones that had the Torah and the Injil, isn't it?
yes, because you don't have a book. You never have a book. Not before, not after. Secondly, the Quran, when you speak about the ummi, the word ummi, that's what the Muslim they use to speak about illiterate. The word ummi is about not knowing the book of God. It's not about not knowing how to read, how to write, how to read. So وَمِنْهُمْ أُمِّيُّونَ. Okay, what ummiyun mean? Read with me. And there are among them illiterate who know not the book. So who are they, the illiterate? Is the one who do not know the book. The Quran says that clear, in many verses, not only one. But the Muslims are copy-paste nation. I cannot find one Muslim. I'm surprised actually you are a Muslim, because you sound like a smart person. I mean, how a smart person like you will stay in Islam in a second? Where they got that Muhammad cannot read and write? Just because it says Ummi, Muhammad is trying to copy the Jews. The Jews, they call the one who do not know the book Ummiyin, which means from the nation, Gentiles. Gomai. This is what Ummi mean. Ummi is anyone is not from nation of Israel, because he's worshiping the wrong God. So Muhammad here is copying the Jews, saying that he is from the Ummiyin, who are not from the Jews, who are not from the people of the scriptures. For the whole world worship the wrong God, and those are the only one, they are called the people of the book, because they are the only one worshiping the true God. As simple as that. This has nothing to do with writing or reading. Do you think all the Christian knows how to write, how to read? It's impossible, especially at that time. So all of them, they are called people of the book, and anyone who do not know have a book, it's called illiterate. And this is all over the Quran. Muslims, they have no idea what the Quran is talking about. Chapter 3, verse number 20. Read with me. So if they dispute with thee, say, I have surrendered, not submitted, my whole self to Allah and those who follow me. Say to the people of the book and those who they are unlearned. This is the same word ummiyin, unlearned. So you see the Quran divide the people to two kind of people. People who they are learned and people who they are unlearned, illiterate. The one is unlearned is the one who they are not from the people of the book. So the one who is learned is the one is learned about God. It's not about writing or reading. What do you think? Muhammad in his deathbed, he said to his followers, bring me papers to our write for you a book which you will not go misguided after me.
Is it in the hadith?
Yes.
Or in the Quran?
Yes. This is a Sahih hadith. Sahih al-Bukhari. Read with me. Muhammad, he said, Ibn Abbas said, when the Messenger of Allah was in his deathbed, there were some men in the house. He said, come near, I will write for you something after which you will not go astray. Some of them said, i.e. the companions, said, Allah Messenger is seriously ill, and you have the Holy Quran, which means here very weird. Why Muhammad saying I will write something for you if he gave them the Quran already? This is crazy. Allah books is sufficient for us. So the people in the house differed, which means they are fighting and start disputing. Some of them said, give him writing material so he might write for you something after you, which will not go astray. Okay, how you want to give him writing material if he cannot write? And why he's asking for writing material? All what he need to say is just to recite. So obviously here they did not say to him, come on, you cannot write. What do you mean give you writing material? They did not say to him, okay, tell us what you want to say, we will write for you. They said give him writing material. And here you notice that Muhammad obviously is not even sure of what his message, because how you say I will write for you a book now before you die, which you will not go astray. So what the Quran for? And this is what the Muslim they say to him. So if you will write for us a book now which we will not go astray, so what the Quran is for? And this is a Sahih book. This is Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 4432. So my friend, you sound a smart person, and you don't fit to be in this garbage. Sorry to say so. I mean, you are smarter than this. Muhammad is the God. Muhammad, let me ask you a question. When Muhammad he said in the Quran that any Muslim woman she can give herself to the Prophet so he can F her, what that have to do with Islam? What that will do to God?
Yeah, I think that part also, I think maybe someone actually kind of maybe cooked up that story, because
you see,
a prophet of God can never stand in the public or maybe anything and say such things like that. Like,
no, my friend, here
there are certain things in the hadith I find it
this is not
difficult to
hadith,
believe.
this is Quran. This is Quran. You know, Muhammad he made the Quran says any believing woman she can give herself to the Prophet. What that will do to Islam? What does have to do with the message of a prophet of God who sent down to earth to save us? Why he need a verse from his God says any woman she want to sleep with the Prophet, she is welcome. I mean, the man is not even single. If Muhammad is like Christian Prince, he is single, he need a wife. Okay, God is trying to help him. Maybe a Christian woman she will marry him because maybe he's ugly. But now Muhammad, who have 13 wives, he have hundreds of concubines for sex, and yet he make a verses saying any woman she want to give herself to the Prophet so he can F her. What does have to do with God? Muhammad again taking advantage of him being a God on earth, fabricating verses saying any women want to sleep with me, well, come over. I mean, what does have to do with God? What that will benefit God? Muhammad he slept with women, what for? Is he single? No. Is he out of women? No, he have tons of them. So when I make a verse, it's about my sexuality, it's about my benefit, it's about my money, it's about my pocket, it's about me, and then I became God. I put my name next to Allah in the Shahada. I put my name next to Allah in the obedience. Actually, I put my name before Allah name in the obedience. And then I put my name next to Allah in the if knowing. You see, if somebody right now call me and I say to him, what do you know about this? And then he said to me, Christian Prince and Jesus knows best. I mean, that is a big insulting to me and insult to my Lord, because why you compare me, my knowledge, to the knowledge of God? This is an insult. I should reject right that away. I would say to him, shut up, don't say that. I'm no one. What do you mean? What do you mean you and Jesus know better? You don't say that. So when Muhammad he says, when Muhammad always he talk, and the Muslims they say to him, Allah and his messengers knows best. Why Muhammad did not reject such a teaching, saying to them, shame on you, don't say that? What do you mean Allah and apostle knows best? You associate the knowledge of God with the knowledge of a man? Muhammad actually he like it. Each time he says, do you know where? Do you know how? The Muslim they say Allah and his apostle knows best, and Muhammad never complain. So why you want to stay in this cult? Just say, I am out of this cult, Christian Prince.
I'm out.
Thank you God. Thank you God. I am really happy that I spoke to you today. You sound a very smart, intelligent man, and we are very happy for you that you accepted to leave the cult of Islam. This is the first step for freedom from the devil. We've been lied to, we've been deceived. This is nothing but the garbage. There's no way God is going to be a pimp of the house.